Alright, bringing you guys another video. That's the workout right there. Pull-ups, pikes, chin-ups, push-ups, leg raises, and 100 Hindu squats. This took me about less than an hour. I'd say 45 to 50 minutes. Here I'm starting with the pull-ups. I'm trying to make sure that my back is very retracted at the top. Squeezing my shoulder blades together. Trying to get my chest up, keep my chest proud. This is the first set right here. And doing pretty well. I think I did about 10 reps. The last rep was a little sloppy. I don't think I was able to keep my chest as proud. As you can see there, I looked as if I did more arm pulling and as if my back rounded, especially that last rep right there. Then here is the pike push-up. A pike push-up, as you can see here, it's in a position where you basically get into a pike, right? And you press yourself up. So this is a push-up variation that puts more of the tension on your shoulders. So instead of like your chest or your triceps like a regular push-up, this one puts a lot more emphasis on the shoulders. And then the higher your legs are, the harder it is. And the closer your legs are to your body, the harder it also is. In a way, technically, you want to use these to work up to building a handstand push-up or wall to handstand push-up where you're pressing just almost 100% of your own body weight. That's something that I would like to build up to, so I do want to get very strong in overhead pressing with my own body in particular. All right, here are the chin-ups. I'm doing them with fat grips just to get a little bit of more arm recruitment. As you can see here, I'm doing them with a hunchback when I get to the top position. I did this to just put more of the emphasis on my arms rather than my back. I still had my lats trained. As you can see there, I had to step off the bar because the way my hands were twisted and the tension on my forearm, I don't know, it just felt, I guess, really, really intense. So I had to step off of it for a second. Then here is the second set. I decided to take the fat grips off, still keeping a rounded back at the top. You might notice that I'm doing these a lot faster than the regular pull-ups. That's due to the technique. I don't have to mentally reinforce the technique, which makes me move slower on the movement since I am having that hunchback and I'm almost pulling with my arms with the entire movement. Next up, we got the push-ups. Just regular standard push-ups. Made sure I got a full range of motion. Made sure my chin touched the ground. Tapped the ground and then went right back up. I really felt great tension in my triceps and my chest. Especially when I, in a way, kind of twist my elbows out in that top position, which in a way activates my chest a bit more. So I got a pretty good pump, I would say, within the pectorals. With push-ups, really make sure your elbows are at around a 45-degree angle. That is best for your shoulder health, so you don't have flared or hot red elbows, and so you don't injure yourself whilst doing push-ups. That's a mistake that a lot of people make. Surprisingly, a lot of people don't know how to properly do a push-up. But I guess because that 45-degree angle is naturally a weaker position. But that's the point of it, so that way you can get stronger from the training. Here are leg raises, which is an exercise I've been doing basically since the beginning. If you are not strong enough to do these from hanging, you should do them on the floor and make sure you clear your lower back off the floor at the top range of the movement. I'd say this exercise is almost solely responsible for getting me a six-pack. So I would recommend you really do them. Depending on your strength as a beginner, it can get pretty taxing on your hip flexors, which is mostly responsible for why you're able to move your legs up in that way. But like I said, if you're not strong enough to do it from a hanging position, do them on the floor. Those are still pretty challenging, especially if you go at a slow and controlled pace with a nice tempo. Even on the floor, they're still challenging for me, but doing them with my body, hanging from a bar, I do feel a lot more tension and stretch on the abs since my legs are kind of carrying down my core. All right, this right here was the killer. These are the 100 Hindu squats, which are also known as deep knee bends. So they're a squat variation, bodyweight squat variation, where when you go down, you bring your heels off the ground, which lets your knees travel far forward, far beyond your toes, which is not a bad thing. You want to train your legs in that full range of motion. And also, if you're a beginner at bodyweight training and you want to train your legs, but you don't have enough ankle mobility for a regular squat, these are a good way to get a full range of motion on your quads if you can't keep your feet flat on the ground. As you can see here, I'm suffering in pain and agony as I get through the first couple of them. I do take just tiny little just breathers in between each reps, or between every couple of reps. There I am wiping my sweat off. But I take these breathers just to kind of make sure, I don't kill myself. And I try to make sure I keep an upright torso. As you can see, a couple of the reps I did go off of balance, just like that one right there. And I don't count those. But what you want to do, a good cue, is to keep your head forward, keep your head straight up. That way your torso will just go down instead of you bending completely over and falling over flat on your face like a complete moron. But here, I was doing these, I got a crazy pump in my quads. When I sat down to finish the recording and look over everything, and when I had to get back up, I wasn't able to for a couple of seconds. But if you are a beginner, I would not recommend doing 100. I would recommend you doing possibly 50 in a row if you can, or you could do 3 sets of 10, right? And then move that up to 3 sets of 25, 5 sets of 25, 5 sets of 30, and then just going on into doing just as many as you can in a row. I should also say that you should leave your squats or any basic lower body movement at the end of your workouts, since they are very taxing and they will have you winded. So if you're going to do kind of like a full body like what I did, make sure you place your lower body exercises after your other exercises. But yeah, here are the last couple of reps, and that just about ends this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys try and exercise yourself and work hard. I'm about to go take a shit right now, so peace.